It's time for Overdrive. I'm down here at Capital Auto Mall here with Colin Konanz. He's in charge of the parts and service here at Capital GM. And it's a time of year right now when a lot of people are thinking about maybe taking off the winter tires. That's one area where you guys specialize in.
Absolutely. You know, tires are one of the most important safety features on any vehicle because that's all that's keeping you in contact with the road. And a lot of people really don't know what to look for when they're checking out their tires. But tires are such an important safety factor that you know, they really do need to be examined thoroughly and quite often just to make sure that they're wearing correctly. And I do have a couple of good examples.
Yeah,
of
what
tires.
would you look for if you had a tire that was maybe on its last legs?
These are a couple of examples. These ones here of tires that literally came off customers' cars just in the last few days. Now this is weather checking or cracking that you see in the tread.
Oh wow.
This happens when a tire gets old and starts drying out. When this happens, the rubber gets more brittle, they lose their traction on the road, and they start leaking air a little bit. So if you see cracks like that in your tire, it's definitely a good indication it's time to get a new set and swap those out.
Of course, environment has a lot to do with it, like you say, but you know, typically how long would a tire last?
You know, depending on driving conditions and the type of tire and the type of vehicle and those sorts of things, typically we'd see a tire last somewhere between 80 and 100,000 kilometers, typically speaking.
Okay, this one here, this one's really dull.
Well, this is an example of something that we see far too often. This tire is just almost like a slick. Again, came off a customer's car just a few days ago, and the customer didn't even bring this to our attention. We brought it to theirs. Now, this tire is so worn that it's literally no more than one big pothole away from popping and causing some serious damage. So you'd be surprised at how many vehicles come in where the tires are in this condition. And you know, the most important thing to us is safety and making sure our customers are safe on the road. So that's an issue for us for sure.
That is incredibly dull. Holy smokes.
Yeah.
So what about this one here?
This one here was one that I just wanted to show because this one here has something that we call cupping. And if you look at the face of the tire, we've got some really high spots and some low spots. This phenomena happens when you don't rotate your tires, if they're improperly inflated, if your wheel alignment is out of spec or whatever. And with these high spots and low spots, you lose traction with the road. They don't offer as good handling, they're not as safe, and they're really, really, really noisy because when these high spots hit the pavement, they make lots and lots of noise. So this is something that would be really concerned about as well. This would indicate more of a suspension issue with the vehicle as well. If a tire's wearing like that, it might be an indication that we have something else more seriously wrong with the car.
You talked about rotating tires. How often should you be doing that?
We recommend that your tires should be fully inspected and rotated about every 10,000 kilometers. It does promote optimum tire life, and if you do your proper wheel alignment checks and adjustments and your tire rotations, literally at about double the wear that you get out of a set of tires, so it really does save money in the long run.
So Colin, if somebody doesn't know what to look for when it comes to their tires, what sort of recommendations do you offer?
Well, there's a couple services that we offer for free, and a lot of people don't believe me when I say this, but literally with no appointment necessary, no purchase necessary, no strings attached, if someone stops by our service drive-through anytime at 4020 Rochdale Boulevard, we will do a full tire inspection, top off your tires for free, fill up your windshield washer fluid for free, and a couple other things, no charge, no strings attached. So just stop by our service drive-through, we'll take care of them.
Sounds great. Great tips. Capital GM, head on down here if you want some more information. That's Overdrive for this week with Colin Konanz.